Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hey, have you reviewed your home insurance policy? The average home insurance renewal, get this, has increased 20 to 50%. My friends at United Heartland Insurance, in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, have saved customers thousands in premium costs. So if you're tired of paying outrageous home premiums, don't wait until it's too late. Call United Heartland Insurance in partnership with Auto Owners Insurance today at 513-896-5555 or go to uhins.com and save mo money.
From the ESPN 1530 studio. Powered by Madewell Restoration. Greater Cincinnati's roofing and exterior restoration experts. Madewell Restoration.
This is 1530 WCKY, the 50,000-watt orange and black home of the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's ESPN 1530.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Monday Night Football caps off NFL Week 16. The 10-4 Packers host the 5-9 Saints at Lambeau Field. Green Bay clinches a playoff spot with a win. Georgia coach Kirby Smart says Gunnar Stockton is preparing to be the starting quarterback in the Sugar Bowl against Notre Dame. Carson Beck has a right elbow injury. Former Ohio State linebacker Bobby Carpenter believes Georgia is now a bit of a playoff mystery.
I think a little bit's going to come down to Georgia with Stockton, how ultimately they look, how he looks, and they've got time to get him prepared, which helps. So I think that's going to be a big thing because if he gets playing well and they get on the roll, and Georgia's been up and down.
Bobby Carpenter on Carlin versus Joe. Right now on ESPN at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Fresno State and Northern Illinois tied at 13 early in the fourth quarter. Free agent outfielder and DH Jock Peterson gets a 2-year deal with the Texas Rangers worth $37 million. And Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers is the AP Male Athlete Award winner for the third time.
Hey, it's Courtney Cronin. Coming up Tuesday, the 49ers and the Cowboys both missed out on the playoffs. But which team had the more disappointing season? It's Unsportsmanlike Tuesday morning right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Cincinnati's ESPN 1530. Traffic.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, with UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit uchealth.com. Westbound 275 after Coleraine Avenue, the right lane blocked from an accident that's also got the left shoulder blocked off. On southbound 71 after Pfeiffer Avenue, an accident on the left shoulder, and one more crash on Vine Street at 3rd Street. I'm Eddie Zellick with traffic.
When it's freezing in your home and your heater won't heat, you've got the cat on your lap and the dog is lying on your feet. You're under blankets and the thermostat is dropping degrees. Call us for service on your furnace. Plum tight, plum tight, plum tight.
There's tons of reasons your next vehicle should be a Honda. At Honda East, we have great financing options available with hundreds of vehicles in stock to choose from, and every new vehicle purchase comes with our Life Care Plus protection plan. From SUVs to sedans, Honda ranks as the best value brand, giving you the most for your money. Visit Honda East, Beachmont at I-275 or at HondaEastCincy.com.
Football season is here, and Bad Tom Smith Brewing is celebrating with a new beer, Chew Day. Try this orange cream taffy ale at their tap room and join them for all the 1 p.m. games this season for game day watch parties at Bad Tom Smith Brewing, located in Madisonville.
Hot in one room and cold in the next? No ductwork? No problem. Carrier Ductless Systems will bring enhanced heating and cooling to your home. Go to Carrier.com today to find a Carrier dealer that can recommend the right ductless solution for you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Tony Pike here, and I'm thrilled to partner with Pella Windows and Doors of Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Like me, Pella goes beyond strength, beauty, and durability. With unmatched passion and precision, they craft every window and door just for your home. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com. Build something great.
'Tis the season for treatin' with Dunkin', and nothing brings instant holiday cheer like a dozen Dunkin' Donuts. It's the gift that makes everyone happy, from the glazed lovers to the frosted fanatics. Whether it's a work party, family gathering, or holiday brunch, you can be certain of one thing: everybody loves a donut. So treat everyone on your list, including yourself, to a box of holiday happiness. Save time and order ahead on the app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There's no gift that's more beautiful, more versatile, and more meaningful than a beautiful piece of jewelry. And there's no better place to shop this holiday season than Genesis Diamonds. We've put together our most impressive selection of can't-miss gifts. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, for every taste and every price range. From diamond classics to the newest, most amazing designer fashion-forward jewelry. And our selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches has never been better. And just for December, we're offering 5 years, 0-interest financing on any holiday purchase. With this special offer, everything's affordable. Just pick any item, divide the price by 60, and that's your payment. So come to Genesis Diamonds. Let our experts help you choose that perfect headliner gift for this holiday season and spread your payments over 5 years. Get holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at GenesisDiamonds.com. Happy holidays from Genesis Diamonds and Luxury Pre-Owned Rolexes on Montgomery Road. See store for details.
Time to get to business.
Burrow spikes the ball in the back of the end zone.
Joe Burrow and his big bad Bengals put it all on the line when they face Bo Nix and his Broncos.
Trey Hendrickson, tomahawk chops him to the ground.
Can the orange and black break these Bronx?
Executed to perfection.
Find out when you get the call from Dangerous Dan Horde and Mighty Dave Lapham. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on ESPN 1530, the official home of the Bengals.
The Tony and Mo Football Show on ESPN 1530. Mo Egger with Tony Pike.
Waking some people up in here.
Here we are. About time.
My goodness.
We are at
the hour.
Westchester location. This is the Power Hour, the Witching Hour. This is, one might argue, the hour that's going to decide it all. I don't know. We're here till 6. We've got an hour to go. It's Christmas Eve. Everybody's in a festive mood. Bengals win yesterday.
You can still see Ken.
Ken's still here?
Ken is at the bar over there. He's bellied up. You could still come meet Ken Brew.
The great Ken Brew. Did he bring more bobbleheads with him?
That's a good question. Does he carry them in the car with him?
My guess is yes.
Yeah.
Ken is here at the Twin Peaks in Westchester hanging out. And if you're looking for, if you're thinking, man, I'd like to watch the final 10 minutes of the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yeah.
They've got it on
it's a good
here.
One.
Tie game between Fresno State and Northern Illinois, the one team that beat Notre Dame this year, so you can watch that. Then stick around for Monday Night Football. Remember back early in the season, we all thought the Saints were like the next version of the 99 Rams?
Yeah, but
14.5-point dogs tonight against Green Bay.
See what their coach did, though. Took them into the ice chest.
I saw they practiced in the ice chest.
They went over calls in the ice chest.
Yeah, very, very gimmicky.
To get ready for Lambeau.
I like it. So you can watch that game tonight or just have dinner, post up, get a beer. We've talked extensively about the bourbon selection here.
Yeah.
And we're having a good time here till 6 o'clock on a Victory Monday, day after the Bengals beat the Denver Broncos to keep their slim playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, you're literally living week to week. Win this week.
Yeah.
And
it's like being in the playoffs.
You'll have a chance to play a meaningful football game in week 18. Now, again, what other teams do are going to go a long way in that. But regardless of whatever happens this weekend, if you win, you still
get to play a meaningful game. You're not going to be eliminated.
Right.
You still get to play a meaningful game the following week.
Give me a couple of keys to beating the Broncos.
You and I did the pregame show before the Chargers game, and we were watching Denver play.
Atlanta, yeah.
And if you allow Bo Nix to get comfortable at all, that offense becomes very hard to beat, especially when Sean Payton gets into a rhythm.
Right.
What we've seen in the last couple weeks is after the scripted plays, we've seen Bo Nix look more like a rookie quarterback. And what causes that is there's more film out on Bo Nix now. There's more film on his strengths, and there's more film on his weaknesses. And for a rookie quarterback, this is when you start to hit that wall, the rookie wall. You know, you think of Oregon last year, long season.
Yeah.
Goes right into training, right into the combine, right into pro days, right into the draft, rookie mini camp. All of a sudden, you get this late in the season, mentally you're exhausted, physically you're exhausted, and you don't have time to adjust how you play and what you do. That's the off season.
Right.
So they rely now a lot more on getting into that rhythm. And if defensively you can take them out or make him uncomfortable, you have a chance. I know their defense is good. I didn't watch that defense last Thursday and think, oh, man, Bengals are in trouble.
No.
Because I don't feel like that against any defense with the Bengals.
I think the two things that I thought about in watching that game play out the way it did was, number one, Denver very undisciplined, especially on defense with all the penalties they had against the Chargers. And number two, they had no answer for Ladd McConkey.
Man.
Now, Ladd McConkey's a nice rookie receiver. Looks like he's going to have a good career, good pick by the Chargers. It's not Jamar Chase.
Nope.
So they didn't put Surtain, the corner, on him in that game on Thursday. I've got to think they will when they play the Bengals against their number one guy in Jamar Chase. But I'm watching that on Thursday thinking, if you can't slow down Ladd McConkey and you're going to commit a lot of penalties, you are in trouble against the Cincinnati offense.
I will say, during that scripted portion,
they were unstoppable.
I started mentally telling myself maybe the Chargers lose 3 in a row because they looked that good. But you could tell when the script ended, they just couldn't make the in-game adjustments.
Right.
The Chargers got going offensively. I really do think that it's a very winnable game for the Cincinnati Bengals. And albeit a great rookie season, I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. I think you're hitting a little bit of that rookie wall with Bo Nix.
Yeah. Miami has to lose one of their last two. At Cleveland, at the Jets.
I worry about both those teams, how much they want to win the game. But it is going to be, a 4 o'clock start, I think, this upcoming weekend in Cleveland. That'll be cold.
Yeah.
It'll be cold in New York. Historically, Miami doesn't play well in those settings. So I'm not lost for hope that the Dolphins still trip up in one of those two.
Indianapolis has to play a road game against the Giants, who look like the worst team in football
They're
right
so
now.
bad, man.
And then they wrap up at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, Doug Peterson's probably coaching for his job in that game, so they'll be motivated with Mac Jones at quarterback in that one. I think Indy can show and put up 38 points. I also think they can go into a game and score 7.
The thing with the Colts, if I'm a Colts fan, I'm thinking about Jonathan Taylor bounced back and had a great game yesterday, scored the touchdown where he ran into the tunnel. But I'm going, boy, if old boy doesn't drop the ball going into the end zone, very good chance they win that game. They were the better team for 2.5 quarters.
Yep.
And then, how are we framing this if they win that football game? I think the team that is more likely to lose one is Miami. I have a hard time believing, and I'm almost trying to maybe jinx it. I have a hard time believing Indy's going to lose to either the Giants or the Jags.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, we need them to.
I mean, what is
right.
so? I guess I'd start. Were you surprised? To see the Bengals as a 3.5-point favorite this week?
No,
I wasn't either.
No, not at all.
From a Colts standpoint, they're an 8-point road favorite. That's coming off a week where they were at home as a 3.5-point favorite against the Titans, and the Titans stink.
Yeah.
I think that shows you how bad the Giants are right now. I think that's a little bit alarming if you're a fan of the Bengals hoping that one of those teams slip up.
Yeah, and then
Dolphins are a 6.5-point favorite, so nearly a touchdown as well on the road in Cleveland.
I think what's interesting about the Bengals, we talked about like them in the postseason, so they're favored at home and should be. I was going to guess anywhere from a 2.5 to a 3.5 point favorite. So 3.5 point favorites at home against a team that right now is in the postseason. This to me, and I'm sure somebody out there somewhere has maybe done this exercise. If we were talking about the Bengals in the playoff year, so let's say they were the 7 and they go to Buffalo. What would the spread be?
Yeah.
Touchdown underdog?
Yeah.
Right?
Probably.
Versus Denver, New England,
right,
or Miami. I bet you the Bengals would get the least amount of points
Easily.
compared to those other teams.
I thought that a little bit, the college football playoff, the first round. In my mind, I'm like, okay, SMU at Penn State. What if that's Bama at Penn State?
Right.
How much different does that spread look?
We're going to spend some time on that here.
And I certainly think that you would see a little bit of that as well. What do you have to say? Because I know I'm frustrated with it. I get people that talk to me about it. I get people that tweet about it. Well, if the Bengals do this and don't make the playoffs, they're just wasting the end of the season and they're getting a worse draft pick. It's one of the most obnoxious.
I can't do it.
It drives me insane, the folks that say, well, they should have. This is all for nothing, and now they're just going to get a worse draft pick, and they can't draft anyway, so this is going to ruin it. They should have just tanked. It's the worst argument I've ever heard in the history of sports.
Two things about this. Number one, what do you expect the players to do?
Right.
Not try?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be a bigger issue if the players were suddenly not trying?
Correct.
I do not expect the players to go, tell you what, they could get a higher draft choice and maybe replace me if I don't try. So the players aren't going to do that. Number two, isn't the fun part of sports the games?
Yes. It's supposed to be that everyone counts.
Like,
any given Sunday.
Isn't that the part we love most about football, the actual games?
Yep.
And aren't the games better when your team wins them? No, look, man. I was like most others, December 22nd, 2019. Bengals played the Dolphins, lost. I wanted them to lose that game because I wanted Joe Burrow. But beyond that, like, they have a chance. Isn't the fun part the unknown? Isn't the fun part anything can happen?
Yeah.
There are upsets.
Bengals were on the wrong end of that week 1.
Like, this franchise, which has spent most of its existence not even coming close to competing for playoff spots, now we're going to turn up our nose at them maybe making it, and then who knows what happens from there? I'm sorry, man. I said this to you guys yesterday. I'll double down on it. I cannot relate to that point of view. I cannot relate to looking at these games through the lens of they're just wasting their time. It would be better if they lost.
Yeah.
Like, the last 3 weeks have been enjoyable. They haven't been perfect. They certainly weren't against Tennessee. They weren't yesterday. God knows they nearly lost to the Cowboys. But to me, and this is just me, the fun part of sports are the games, and I enjoy it when the team that I like wins those games, especially when there's meaning attached to them.
Yeah, I can't fathom the conversation of worrying about draft picks and not trying to win a football game.
And look, chances are they're not going to make it. Like, I'm aware of the math. Chances are they're not going to make it. But you mean to tell me it wouldn't be a blast to talk about the Bengals going to Buffalo or somewhere else for week 1?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
You mean to tell me that after being 4-8, this team going to the playoffs with 5 straight wins and Joe Burrow having an MVP caliber season wouldn't be a fun story to talk about?
Yep.
Like, I just, that other point of view to me is just miserable. I cannot relate to it. I never will relate to it. And so, now, look, they lose this Sunday and then drop one to the Steelers, I'm not going to care. And I'll look at it from that standpoint and go, okay, maybe they improve their draft positioning slightly. But now they do have a chance.
And there's a difference.
The game on Saturday is going to be a blast.
Right. And there's a difference. If you lose Saturday, then I don't play Burrow next Sunday.
Not even close.
Like, that's a smart decision.
Right.
But I'm not, even if he's not playing, I'm not saying, well, they're just going to lose. Like, you still show up because it's a football game.
So your favorite team is playing the Browns yesterday, and what are you doing? You're rubbing Myles Garrett?
Man.
Like, what are you doing there? Hey, I'm a Bengals fan, and they have something to play for, but I want the Browns to beat them.
Right.
So Dorian Thompson-Robinson, have a day. Like, I'm sorry, man. I cannot relate to that. I cannot. I don't understand it. I don't relate to it. And I think that is a miserable point of view.
Yeah. I mean, that would be like you in 2004 going to the Plains Capital Fort Worth Bowl on this night. 2004.
I was there.
Fort Worth Bowl, ice and snow.
Yes.
You think we didn't want to win that game?
You guys did. 34-16.
Yep.
Beat
I
Marshall.
contributed to that win.
How?
I gave Gino Gaduli my hand warmer at halftime.
Gino was the MVP of that game.
Yes. We were so unprepared for snow and ice in Fort Worth, Texas, that only a handful of players, I was one, packed their own cold weather gear. And at halftime, Gino said, "That's mine." And I think I had something to do with that.
Did Gino need that because he still had a broken hand?
Yep. I had nothing to do with that one.
Do you know, so you guys played in the Fort Worth Bowl. It was literally the coldest December 23rd in Fort Worth/Dallas history.
Mm-hmm.
The pipes in the press box froze. You guys did win the game. Dan Hort and I flew back commercial.
After the game or the day after?
The next day, Christmas Eve. We had to connect in Memphis. There had been an ice storm blanketing like the entire Midwest. They canceled all the flights, closed the airport. Dan Hort and I were in the rental car line, and they were out of rental cars.
Yeah.
And fortunately, 3 folks recognized him.
Man.
And on Christmas Eve, drove us back in an ice storm to Cincinnati. Got back like 1 o'clock in the morning.
As a collegiate athlete, the Fort Worth Bowl was my scariest moment in college.
Yeah.
So after the game, I was a gray shirt that year.
Right.
So I didn't do anything during the season, but then I get to tag along for the bowl game. I'm not going to say who I was rooming with, but I was rooming with a player that was more impactful to the game than I was. And after the game, everyone's going out in Fort Worth. And I'm like, nah.
It's been 20 years. Say the name.
He played at Elder. He's a running back from Elder.
Bradley Glathon.
There he is.
Okay.
So after the game, everyone's going out, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know who I am. The only reason that's going to shine a light is in a poor one if I get in trouble. I'm going to hang in the room. I packed up. I went to sleep. I set the alarm. He comes in at what had to be 3 a.m. and he takes my mattress and just flips me out of bed. And as I'm coming to, I'm rolling out of bed. Like the dream where you're falling, that was in real life. And I'm like stunned. And now I'm like, all right, he's at a point where we're not on the same level.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man, I got to head to bed.
Same level like as a player,
No.
sobriety,
Both.
class? Okay.
I think everything.
All right, very good.
So we go back to bed. He eventually goes to bed. And next thing you know, it's banging on the door. Here comes the morning. Unbeknownst to me, when he flipped me out of the bed, the alarm clock came out of the wall.
Right.
So we have now missed the team bus. And it is Mark D'Antonio at the door.
Head coach himself?
Head coach is at the door.
Right.
And I answer, like, what's going on?
Gray shirt Tony.
Hey, you guys are now 15 minutes late to the bus. What's going on? And thank God he could see around me that, Bradley was still in bed. And I don't think was even clothed fully at the time. And my stuff's neatly packed, and his stuff's just all over. So I think he realized what was going on.
Right.
And very angrily sent me to the bus. And then about 10 minutes later, the guy Bradley made the walk to the bus, and that was not as good of a walk as I made. I was so scared when I opened the door. Like, there's the head coach. My one goal at this game is just don't even be seen.
Did you get your cold weather stuff back?
No.
No?
Like, I was there, it was like, hey, what's your goal? Don't be noticed.
Right.
And I'm one of the guys that's late for the bus because I got flipped out of bed at 3
Go
in the
to
morning.
Fort Worth, stay warm,
Freezing.
have nobody mention your name, and
Nope.
we're good.
Nope.
Wow.
That's probably why I never got a chance under Mark. That's so bad.
I'm impressed with the head coach doing a check like that. Typically, that's
I don't think it was a check. I think it was a head
delegated-
coach that was ready to get the hell out of there
delegated to
and get to the plane.
staff member or something.
I don't think many
Well,
people
I
were
was
happy.
rooting for you guys in the Fort Worth.
Yeah, you didn't want us to lose.
No.
So that changes had to be made.
I wanted a quick game, man.
Yeah.
I wanted that was 2004. That was the last one going into the Big East.
Yeah.
So my thought was like, man, this is awesome. Don't have to go to bowl games like this again. And then 2 years later, International Bowl.
Well, no. International Bowl. there's a lot of national champions. There's not many international champions.
27-24 over Western Michigan.
International. We were Birmingham, Papa John's.
PapaJohns.com bowl the following year. Yeah, I was there for that one. That was.
We won all the nobody bowls.
Correct.
We struggled in the other ones.
It is 23 minutes after 5 o'clock. We'll talk about this weekend's college football playoff games and the reaction to them coming up. Tony and Mo Football Show at Twin Peaks in Westchester on ESPN 1530 Cincinnati Sports Station.
Cincinnati's ESPN 1530. Traffic.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, with UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit uchealth.com. Westbound 275 is closed off due to an accident between Coleraine Avenue and Blue Rock Road. Police and fire crews on the scene. And keep an eye out for police on the left shoulder on the eastbound side while they are working on the crash on the westbound. I'm Eddie Zellick with traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Toyotathon is still going strong at Joseph Toyota. Check out both the 2024 and 25 Tundra with 1.99% financing or a $2,000 rebate. Visit us today at Joseph Toyota on Coleraine. Ask your neighbors. They bought from us.
Catch every game day at Turfway Park Racing and Gaming in Florence. Check out the action on their massive 300-inch screen. Enjoy unbeatable food and drink specials. And never miss a play with NFL Sunday Ticket. Turfway Park Racing and Gaming, your ultimate game day destination. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
If you're going to start the year debt-free, why not, when the new year really gets underway, why not get rid of that debt with Loan Pronto? It's not too late. Make a resolution. I'm going to get off to a solid financial start in 2025 by getting rid of my credit card debt, by getting rid of my car loans, by consolidating everything into one lower payment. Look, you don't have to stress out over your bills. Rates are at their lowest in 2 years. This is a great opportunity to use your home's equity to save big in 2025. Homeowners who have done this with Loan Pronto have saved on average $850 a month. Who couldn't use an extra $850 a month? Loan Pronto has a lot of different options too, including total refis and their express equity lines of credit. So call now. They're open today. Get a rate quote in just minutes. By the way, no hard credit pull, no upfront fees. LoanPronto.com. 513-800-1550. 513-800-1550. 513-800-1550. Equal housing lender. NMLS 1661781. On approved credit. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Want to save up to 80% on your energy bill? You've got to dig for it. A Climate Master geothermal heating and cooling system taps the constant temperature of the earth to provide heating, cooling, and hot water, keeping your home comfortable all year long. In addition to the energy savings, installing a geothermal heating and cooling system qualifies you for a 30% tax credit.
Call Anderson Automatic Heating and Cooling at 513-574-0005 for all your geothermal needs. Anderson Automatic at 513-574-0005 and get digging.
Experiences make life more meaningful. And with MasterCard's Priceless.com, you can immerse yourself in unforgettable experiences in dining, sports, art, entertainment, and more in over 40 destinations. From a round of golf with a legendary player to a cooking class with a celebrity chef, you can feel your passions and create lasting memories. Explore experiences today at Priceless.com, exclusively for MasterCard cardholders. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN 1530, the official home of the Bengals. This is Football in the Natty, brought to you in part by Light and by Skyline Chili on the official home of the Bengals, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530.
All right, 28 minutes after 5, this is ESPN 1530, the Tony and Mo Football Show at Twin Peaks in Westchester. We are here till 6 o'clock. We went long that last segment, so quickly here a couple of things, and then we'll spend a few minutes on the college football playoff on the other side of the break. Saturday could be the final home game for T. Higgins. Could also be the final home game for B.J. Hill, Von Bell, and Mike Hilton. Obviously, each of those players has had a lot to do with the Bengals' success. Von coming back this season made maybe the play of the game, honestly, at least from a defensive perspective, on Cleveland's opening drive. T's kind of a separate conversation. BJ, Von, Mike, do you have a thirst to see any of those guys in Bengals uniforms in 2025?
I think B.J. Hill's made some steps. 29 years old. I think age helps him out more so than Hilton and Von Bell.
Right.
Even though Hilton's played pretty well down the stretch. I think I've always thought B.J. Hill, if it's a role piece, can help. If he's relied on as the guy or one of the starters, I don't think he's there yet. But I think if it's a rotational piece, I think he can have an impact for the team.
Yeah.
But he's not one of my starting 11.
Fair. Love Von Bell. Ready to go.
Yep. Especially with how well Jordan Battles played.
Like Mike Hilton, I'm okay moving on from him. But those are big shoes to replace.
Mike, I think he provides so much more than just what's on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Film, the mental side, game planning. He has seen everything
Always
at this point.
in the right spot.
Yep. And you could see times, too, where he's in the right spot and not making the play.
Sure.
Where it's just getting older.
Yeah.
But he possesses such a value because of his knowledge of everything else and doing it for such a long period of time. And doing it in the AFC North.
Right.
For a long period of time.
Yeah. All right, college football playoff is down to the quarterfinals. We'll talk about this weekend's game and the reaction to what happened in this weekend's games when we come back. Tony and Mo Football Show, Twin Peaks, Westchester, ESPN 1530, Cincinnati's sports station.
You've been listening to Football in the Natty on the official home of the Bengals, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530.
Cincinnati's ESPN 1530. Traffic.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, with UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit uchealth.com. Westbound 275 closed down due to an accident between Coleraine Avenue and Blue Rock Road. Police and fire there on the scene. Eastbound 275, police are working on that crash on the westbound side. They are off onto the left shoulder. I'm Eddie Zellick with traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
What's the trashiest colors you can think of? Black and yellow. That reminds me, you can get rid of your garbage with Driveway Dumpsters. Order now at ddumpsters.com. Driveway Dumpsters, the best dumpster for your dollar.
Hey, what's up, Cincy? It's Mo Egger. Football season is here, and there's no better way to spend a Sunday than cheering on the Bengals with some hot wings and an ice-cold Bud Light. So grab your friends, head to your local sports bar, put in an order of wings and a round of Bud Lights, and make your game day an easy win. Nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Skyline Chili is introducing a new mac and cheese three-way. It's made with creamy cavatappi pasta smothered in a 3-cheese blend. They top it off with Skyline Chili and a mound of their freshly shredded Wisconsin cheddar. It's the ultimate comfort food. You can even get Skyline's amazing new mac and cheese as a side with your favorite three-ways and conies. Come try Skyline's new mac and cheese three-way or a mac and cheese side. Available for a limited time at participating Skyline locations.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's Donato's new Italian meatball and sausage pizza. For a limited time only, grab this brand new pizza from your local Donato's location. Donato's, the official pizza of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Football season is here, and Bad Tom Smith Brewing is celebrating with a new beer, Chew Day. Try this orange cream taffy ale at their tap room, and join them for all the 1 p.m. games this season for game day watch parties at Bad Tom Smith Brewing, located in Madisonville.
Imagine being Cincinnati's famous quarterback and having a massive problem. You line up for the snap, and you have no lineman there to protect you. Without protection, you'll get crushed. Now imagine having a massive IRS problem with an army of IRS employees standing at the line of scrimmage. My name is Toph, specialist in protecting those with massive IRS problems. If you need tax relief, stop procrastinating and visit 513toph.com. 513toph.com. Don't live in fear. Toph is here.
Hot in one room and cold in the next? No duct work? No problem. Carrier Ductless Systems will bring enhanced heating and cooling to your home. Go to Carrier.com today to find a Carrier dealer that can recommend the right ductless solution for you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town, your holiday gift one-stop shop with the finest bourbon selection, gift sets galore, and wine for every table. Holiday shopping is easy at Good Spirits in Party Town. 13 Northern Kentucky locations. Good Spirits in Party Town, well, they always have the holiday spirit.
It's Brian and Heather Arlinghouse from Arlinghouse Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. By January, new government regulations will increase your heating and cooling system costs by 25%. We're here to help you beat the price increase with heating systems as low as $39 per month.
When you call Arlinghouse today, we'll even install it same day.
When it comes to waterproofing, foundation repair, and concrete lifting, Dwyer is the only name you need to know to get the job done right. Call the professionals at the Dwyer Company at 513-777-0998 or visit thedwyercompany.com. Dwyer, the only name you need to know.
Inventories are back at record levels here at Columbia Hyundai. We are fully stocked with Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and Palisades. Looking for an affordable sedan? Then check out the Hyundai Elantra and Sonata, which are all on sale. Military, first responders, and college grads get further discounts. All backed by America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and the Hyundai Assurance. Visit ColumbiaHyundai.com and then stop by our new showroom at the corner of Montgomery Road at I-275. Thank you, and God bless the USA.
Boost your festivities this holiday season with a hassle-free holiday loan from Emory Federal Credit Union. Members get 1.85% off your holiday loan. Go to EmoryFCU.org. Restrictions apply. NMLS number 401087. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Delta Dental provides the largest wholly owned network of dentists in the nation, and we're dedicated to providing increased dental and vision access to underserved populations in Ohio. For more information about how Delta Dental is building healthy, smart, vibrant communities for all, visit us at deltadentaloh.com.
Hot in one room and cold in the next? No duct work? No problem. Carrier Ductless Systems will bring enhanced heating and cooling to your home. Go to Carrier.com today to find a Carrier dealer that can recommend the right ductless solution for you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Rocky here for Gilkey Windows. Gilkey has been custom crafting their windows right here in Ohio for over 45 years, and they want to put these top quality windows in your home today. Check them out at Gilkey.com.
JCPenney's Super Saturday sale has last-minute gifts and bigger savings for everyone. This weekend through Christmas Day, wrap up your list with our biggest doorbusters. Grab men's dress shirts and pants, now buy one, get one free, in-store only. Scoop up the coziest sweaters starting at $12.99 and get warm Sherpa throws for $14.99 each. Dash away with all the right gifts, all the right prices, all in the nick of time. JCPenney, make it count. Offers valid 12/20 through 12/25. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Time to get to business.
Burrow spikes the ball in the back of the end zone.
Joe Burrow and his big bad Bengals put it all on the line when they face Bo Nix and his Broncos.
Trey Hendrickson, nice tomahawk, chops him to the ground.
Can the orange and black break these Bronx?
Executed to perfection.
Find out when you get the call from Dangerous Dan Horde and Mighty Dave Lapham. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on ESPN 1530, the official home of the Bengals.
All right, sports headlines. Service of Kelsey Chevrolet. Home of lifetime powertrain protection and guaranteed credit approval. Run DMC. From their family to yours for life, KelseyChev.com. Bengals signed Isaiah Thomas, not either of the two basketball players, but the defensive end to the active roster. Logan Woodside has been cut. Bengals, Broncos, Saturday, 4:30. The game's live on ESPN 1530. We go on the air at noon.
How about that?
You, me, Kenny Brew.
And this bobblehead.
You bringing the bobblehead with you?
I'm going to have him sign it.
That's a good call there. Monday Night Football tonight. Packers and Saints on ESPN 1530 College Hoops. UC is 17th in both major polls. Kentucky is 10th. The Mark Pope Show tonight at 6 on ESPN 1530. Kentucky coming off that loss in New York on Saturday against Ohio State, which was preceded by kind of a, I hate to say it, Mick Cronin special.
Oh.
UCLA.
It really was.
The game meltdown against
it really
UNC.
Was. In the exact script, we've seen it so many times.
I hate to say it because I root for Mick and I root for UCLA, but unfortunately it's
the most uncomfortable I would be watching a team with a big lead.
Yes, there is something about them, and it's happened at UCLA in the NCAA tournament where they've got what you would think is a comfortable lead.
Yeah,
and there's always a point in it where you're like, this isn't going to go well.
Certainly happened to UC in a tournament game.
It sure did. Hockey tonight, Jackets and Canadians in Montreal. College football playoff.
Oh.
4 games, none of them necessarily good.
4 stinkers.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like the immediate reaction, which is, see, Indiana was a fraud, and it should have been Alabama. Or, see, SMU was a fraud, it should have been Ole Miss. Those same people said nothing about Tennessee. How about this idea? Number one, how about those 4 teams that won are actually good football teams who are playing at home and, for the most part, played really, really well.
Are we just going to forget that in the previous year's formats there have also been blowouts?
Right.
Ohio State has been blown out before. Notre Dame has been blown out before. Look, I like the 12-team format. I thought it was cool seeing 4 playoff games played this weekend on teams' home fields.
Agreed.
I thought that was cool.
And I think the top seed should get the same benefit. I don't think those should be bowl games.
Correct.
I don't know how you do that, but I don't think those should be bowl games.
I think Ohio State should be going to Oregon.
Right.
Now, the only thing I don't agree with is how they handle the automatic seeding.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
You're going to go into a situation where Texas will be favored over Arizona State. Mm-hmm. Arizona State's the 4 seed.
Right.
Penn State's probably favored over Boise. Boise's the 3 seed.
Right.
And say what you want about it. I know they've played differently. If you ask me today, with 8 teams remaining, who are the best 2 teams, I would say Oregon and Ohio State. And because of how the format is, they have to play each other in a quarterfinal round.
Right.
That, I think, is wrong. Mm-hmm. I think you seed how you see fit. Give automatic bids.
Reseed.
But you reseed after the first round because Ohio State should not be playing Oregon, and Oregon should not be penalized for the season they had to not be able to host Ohio State, but to take on Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. I just felt like the reaction to this weekend discredited the teams that won.
Yeah, and it shouldn't.
Notre Dame imposed itself.
Yep.
Imposed itself against Indiana. Physically and otherwise. Absolutely imposed itself. And by the way, it's worth mentioning, Ohio State's the 8. And so if you did, no reseeding with the way things would have unfolded would have changed the fact that the Buckeyes are going to play the Ducks. But I felt like if you look at those games, Notre Dame imposed its will physically. Penn State took advantage of an early SMU turnover and then imposed itself in ways that Penn State doesn't often do in big games, but James Franklin teams do as a favorite. Texas's offense was terrific. And say what you want about Ryan Day. The way Ohio State started the game and finished the game, I give them a lot of credit. A lot of noise.
A lot of outside noise.
A lot of outside noise. Felt like the walls were caving in. That looked like a really focused team. It looked like a really well-coached team. And it looked like a group of players who had their coaches back.
Yeah, it's a team that, if you're a fan, you're maddened at watching that and watch what they did in the last regular season game.
No question.
But, you also probably feel pretty good knowing you didn't play your best game at Oregon.
Right.
And you were in it till the very end.
Lost by a point? Yeah.
Lose by a point. I think what illustrates it, I just looked up the actual lines. Notre Dame is only a 1.5 underdog, and I think that's going to be a really good game because I think Notre Dame is physical and Georgia doesn't have Carson Beck.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, and we know what the numbers look like, Ohio State's favored.
Uh-huh.
They're a 2-point favorite.
Yeah.
But I think my main point is two teams that had byes are double-digit dogs.
Yeah.
As the higher seed. Arizona State is a 10.5 point. I'm sorry. Arizona State's a 14-point dog as the 4 seed, and the 3 seed Boise State's a 10.5 point dog.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense.
I think
so. Give me the 12.
Yeah.
Give me the automatic bids.
And then seed them
figure
1
out the
through
seeding.
12.
Yep.
Seed them 1 through 12. I'm totally okay with that. Look, man, I do this every single year with the NCAA tournament. If you wanted to be included in the postseason, do better.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the one thing
Do
I
better.
dislike. Everyone crushing SMU.
Right.
Okay, Alabama, don't lose to 6-6 Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Who was terrible this year.
And look, in postseason, sometimes we have blowouts. Sometimes we have sweeps. Sometimes we don't get great games. One of the reasons for the 12-team playoff was, there's too much sameness in college football. What made this cool was Indiana. Look, I'm the first to admit, Indiana didn't play the world's most challenging schedule in the non-conference. They didn't have a lot of great wins. But to suggest we should ignore what they did do while they're in the Big Ten, to me, is ludicrous. I think it was cool we got to watch Indiana play in the playoff. I think it's cool that a first-year Power 4 school, SMU, we got a chance to watch them play in the playoff. If we're going to ignore what they do on the field, let's literally just simulate the season based on recruiting rankings, based on analytics, and not play football games, and then take the 12 teams that emerge from that.
Yeah,
winning the games has to matter for something.
Yeah, it gives an Arizona State team picked last in the preseason to win the Big 12.
Right.
To be a 4 seed in the college football play. But my thought is, and much like we talked about with the Kansas City Chiefs, are you happy if you're Oregon that the team that's now going to play you just got to play at home and get right? Yeah. That goes back to the whole Chiefs conversation. How long do you rest guys?
Yeah.
Because now here's Oregon coming off a bye where it might take a little longer to get going versus a team that played one of their best games of the season.
So, to me, part of the correction there is to allow the top 4 seeds to enjoy what the 4 higher-seeded teams this weekend got, which was a home game.
Yep.
Now, obviously,
Oregon's favored at home.
They're going to tie in the Sugar Bowl and the Rose Bowl and the Peach Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl into the next rounds of games. And
could you theoretically use those as the first round
and take away home games
for the teams that snuck in?
Probably, I guess you could. Now, those bowls want to be played on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Sure.
And there's a little bit less time to prepare to go travel for games like that, but that would be the one tweak, because I thought it was cool as hell, the atmosphere of Penn State, the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Even though there were a bunch of Tennessee fans there, it looked fun. It looked cold. It looked fun in Columbus. Texas, same thing. Notre Dame, the college game day setting at night in front of Touchdown Jesus was awesome, and the setting was cool. And look, those are really good teams that were playing at home. I felt like everybody chose to ignore the teams that played well and won in an effort to make a case for teams that weren't good enough to make it, that had flaws on their resume, that had opportunities to make a clear-cut case to be included and didn't.
Brutal.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, again, it's the same argument we had the previous regime, the previous way it was. There were blowouts all the time. There were teams that team didn't deserve to be there. Well, take care of your business during the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for those that say, the regular season doesn't matter as much, it does.
Right.
Matters to Alabama.
Right.
If they don't lose to 6-6.
Right.
Oklahoma, they're probably favored at Penn State.
It's still a really meaningful regular season. It's just a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah. Same thing. If Ohio State had not lost to Michigan, you're not having to beat Tennessee and now play Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You have an easier path. instead of playing that game in the quarterfinals.
I just think it's interesting that all these SEC hacks who immediately went out of their way on Friday night and early on Saturday to make the case for Alabama and for Ole Miss, they shut the hell up about Tennessee.
Outside of Georgia, that's why I was wondering.
By the way, Tennessee was an at-large team, right? They did not win the SEC. Didn't play in the SEC title game, right? They were an at-large.
If you were reseeding the 8 remaining, how would you seed them?
Fair question. I'd go Oregon 1. I'd go Ohio State 2.
Texas?
Well, how am I seeding Georgia? Am I doing what they do in the NCAA tournament and seeding based on your current personnel?
Yeah, I'm saying knowing what you know right now, seeing how the teams are playing, and understanding they don't have their starting quarterback.
I mean, Georgia did beat Texas twice.
Mm-hmm.
And won that second game without Carson Beck. Yeah. So I'd see Georgia 3rd.
Yeah.
Texas 4.
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame, Penn State.
Now, Notre Dame's without one of their best defensive linemen now.
Notre Dame, Penn State, Boise State, Arizona State.
I think the team that's benefited the most is Penn State.
Yes.
They host a SMU team in the cold. They're now going to play a team where they're a 10.5-point favorite. And if they win that, they would play the winner of Georgia and Notre Dame, Georgia without their quarterback.
If Arizona State makes the Final Four, we get to say that the Bearcats beat a Final Four team.
Correct. They've already beat a top 8 team.
Yeah.
A quarterfinal team in the college football playoff.
At least there's a possibility that we could say the Bearcats beat a national champion.
And I don't know what it means to this point. It does at least feel like they've done a pretty good job in the portal to this point. The Bearcats.
Yeah. I read the piece in The Athletic that gave them rave reviews for the work that they have done. They're going to have a lot of guys who are stepping up a level.
Yeah.
But, it also, I think when the season ended, the two biggest concerns about leaving were Corleone and Royer. Both are back.
Yeah.
So they have managed to keep their guys.
Yep.
How should I feel about Brendan Sorsby next year?
I think that's the biggest question. I don't want it to be a question.
Because I'm kind of down on him.
Because so much of...
I hated how he played in the second half of the season.
Yep.
Love him as a guy.
Yep.
Love him as a guy. I hated how he played in the second half of the season.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Well, we have 8 months to wrap our brains around that. But we have no more time here.
That's it. I hear the music.
We will be at Twin Peaks in Florence a week from today.
Yes.
Which we're looking forward to. The day after the Bengals, or 2 days after the Bengals play the Broncos. And then we're back here at Westchester 2 weeks from today. And then after that, TBD.
TBD.
Want to thank the folks here at Twin Peaks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks to our friend Mike Mills for producing on site.
Thanks to our friends for coming out to the show.
Thanks to our true friends for coming out to the show. We appreciate them. Shout out to the iconic Ken Brew.
Yep.
Thanks to our guy Taryn for producing back in Kenwood. Hope everybody has a great Christmas.
Yes.
Happy holidays. Be safe. And we're back in Westchester in 2 weeks. Florence next week. You want to save mo money.
There are over 350 BMW centers nationwide, but there's only one BMW store. Visit the BMW store, conveniently located 10 minutes north of downtown Cincinnati off I-71 exit 10. The BMW store. Passion loves company.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. This football season, post up at Long Neck Sports Grill. No place has a better beer selection. And if you haven't tried, you want to save mo money.
There are over 350 BMW centers nationwide, but there's only one BMW store. Visit the BMW store, conveniently located 10 minutes north of downtown Cincinnati off I-71 exit 10. The BMW store. Passion loves company.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. This football season, post up at Long Neck Sports Grill. No place has a better beer selection. And if you haven't tried Long Neck's wings yet, what are you waiting for? The menu is extensive, and there's a ton of 4K TVs all over the place. And remember, at Long Neck's, the sound is on for all the big games. College or pro, this football season, make Long Neck your go-to spot for every game. Wilder, Hebron, and Richwood, Long Neck Sports Grill. Stay long, Come often.
At Infinity of Northern Kentucky, lease a 2024 QX50 Lux for 36 months at just $499 a month plus tax with no security deposit and zero due at signing.
Hurry in, these won't last long.
Stop by or visit infinityofnorthernkentucky.com today.
VIN RF111683.
What's up? It's Joe Burrow here. I don't need to tell you how important hydration is, but I'm going to anyway. My choice for getting the electrolytes I need is always Body Armor Sports Drink. It's got all the electrolytes to keep me hydrated, and Body Armor is made with only natural sweeteners and real coconut water, with none of those artificial preservatives or dyes other sports drinks use. When I'm training this hard, I like to avoid the stuff that will weigh me down, like artificial sweeteners. You should too. So get yourself some Body Armor Sports Drinks and bring your best game to the field.
Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink at Kroger.
I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber.
Give the gift you can open all year.
AE Door has up to 15% off select Clopay garage doors, Provia windows and entry doors, and Pella windows. And save up to $125 off LiftMaster openers with LED lights, cameras, Wi-Fi, and battery backup.
So you'll never be left out in the cold, even if the power goes out.
Plus, till December 31st, get 0 down and 0% interest for 2 years.
Visit AEDoorsales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. Dealing with an urgent orthopedic injury? Just walk into Ortho Cincy Orthopedic Urgent Care. No appointment is needed at Ortho Cincy Orthopedic Urgent Care. Plus, some locations have extended evening and Saturday hours. Learn more at orthocincy.com.
Hi, this is Trevor Jones with Robert Jones Plumbing, the world's friendliest plumbers. No job is too big or too small, whether it's a remodel, water leaking, or drains backed up. Give us a call at 513-353-2230. That's Robert Jones Plumbing, 513-353-2230.
Craving Penn Station East Coast subs? Skip the line and order online at penn-station.com. Get your favorite sub with fresh cut fries and fresh squeezed lemonade. Visit penn-station.com.
From the Schmidt Cooling Tempstar Weather Center, here's your forecast.
For tonight, some scattered rain, an overnight low of 38. As for tomorrow, mostly cloudy, my high of 45. At night, stays that way, and a slight chance of rain, a low of 37. That's the forecast. I'm 9 First Warning Chief Meteorologist Steve Raleigh.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at alcaponecigar.com. That's alcaponecigar.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-431-8958. That's 800-431-8958.
From the ESPN 1530 studio. Powered by Madewell Restoration. Greater Cincinnati's roofing and exterior restoration experts. Madewell Restoration.
Time to get to business.
Burrow spikes the ball in the back of the end zone.
Joe Burrow and his big bad Bengals put it all on the line when they face Bo Nix and his Broncos.
Trey Hendrickson, nice tomahawk, chops him to the ground.
Can the orange and black break these Bronx?
Executed to perfection.
Find out when you get the call from Dangerous Dan Horde and Mighty Dave Lappa. Coverage starts Saturday at noon on ESPN 1530, the official home of the Bengals.
Cincinnati's ESPN 1530. Traffic.
From the UC Health Traffic Center, with UC Health, the future of care is happening now through clinical trials and innovative treatments that give patients a chance for better outcomes. Visit uchealth.com. Westbound 275 blocked off from an accident between Coleraine Avenue and Blue Rock Road. Police and fire crews there on the scene. Northbound 71 traffic is slow between Kenwood Road and Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway, a minute or two worth of delays. I'm Eddie Zellick with traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Tony Pike here, and I couldn't be more excited to introduce my new partnership with Pella Windows and Doors of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Why Pella? Because like me, they're all about going beyond strength, beyond beauty, beyond durability. It's a Pella thing. Their passion, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence are unmatched. Every window, every door, crafted with care and precision just for you. Let's go Team Pella. Bringing inspired design and lasting quality to your home. Pella Windows and Doors. Build something great. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com.
Hey, it's Mo Egger. I just found out that Daisy Sour Cream has launched French onion and ranch sour cream dips. I love dips. And these new dips from Daisy Sour Cream are a game changer. They taste just as good as if they were homemade. They're made with Daisy Sour Cream and real herbs and spices. The new dips from Daisy Sour Cream are made with ingredients you can find in your kitchen